Hey, we're back in the kitchen. It's meal prep time again. I know it seems like we're always meal prepping, but that's because we need to have good, nourishing food in our kitchen. Hey guys, my name is Vicki-Lynne and welcome to my channel. So glad you could drop in with me once again. If you're new here, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before my birthday. And if you are back, you're one of my friends who dropped back for all my videos. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, guys. I really love coming here and sharing my recipes. I hope you're enjoying them too. And I do have new recipes for you today. I hope you're going to enjoy them. By the way, I'm vegan, plant-based. I don't really like labels, to be honest, but I do eat a whole food, plant-based diet. I do have some vegan treats once in a while. Mostly just for my channel, and my husband is not plant-based or vegan, and so I do like to kind of bring some stuff home to see if he'll give it a try, and anytime we can, save an animal here and there, I think it's worth a try. Anyway, so let's get into our meal prep today, and let me show you what we're going to be meal prepping. When we meal prep, we want to, one, save time, save energy, save money, and we want to have some food at least prepared, halfway prepared, depending on how you want to meal prep. I don't always meal prep so that we're eating the same food over and over again. I like to meal prep components and a couple of meals. That way we can mix and match and just go from there. So I do follow the Starch solution, and so it's a high carb, low fat diet. I find that that works best for me. So the first thing you want to do when you're meal prepping, put some tunes on, or put something on your Netflix that you can just have in the background, something that you've watched 100 times before. You want to make this, first of all, enjoyable. You want to meal prep, you want to have a good time. Get an iced coffee, get a hot coffee. This is my cold brew. I make it myself. I actually have a video for it, so I'll insert it here. So simple to make your own cold brew, guys. You can do it in 24 hours. You don't have to go to Starbucks and pay $8. Get your own little, different flavors and stuff. So simple to make your own. Okay. Then you want to gather your ingredients. Oh, we should meal prep first. Then you want to think of what you want to make or the components you want to meal prep for that week. So if you're on the Starch solution, there's going to be a grain, there's going to be a starch of some sort, or probably two, depending on how your week is going to go. So this week, I'm actually going to do some, I call them new potatoes because they have the thinner skin, because I am all about smashing them and then air frying them all smashed and putting on this great barbecue sauce that I have. It's to die for. It's my new obsession at the moment. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take this little gnarly part off. So air fryer. I'm actually not doing anything in the oven today for a change, but if I was roasting vegetables, now that it's getting so nice out, we do a little bit more barbecuing. So you would do a little bit more prepping on whatever you're doing. So I have my potatoes. Now I'm putting them in my Instant Pot because I want these just to be pre-cooked, so I can just smash them, throw them in the air fryer. They're going to crisp up. They're going to get nice and crunchy. And then I'm going to slather this spicy and sweet, sugar-free barbecue sauce. If you've seen any of my other videos, I'll show you as the week progresses. You'll see it. Anyway, so I'm going to put these in. Make sure my thing is in. Put the lid on. But you're always going to want stuff cooking at the same time. You want to make sure you're doing a couple of components as other things are cooking. You're not just going to sit here and watch your Instant Pot cook, right? Okay. So those were really small potatoes, so I don't think they need any more than probably 9 minutes. We're going to let that go. The other thing I've already made is I've already made my cheese sauce for the week. And this is made out of potato and carrots. I'll link my video up here. I've made this 1,000 times, guys. I'm not going to make it on camera anymore. You guys are just going to get bored ever seeing it again, so I'll link it in here. And I change my recipe each and every time. Again, once you make it a couple of times, you're just going to eyeball it. You're not even going to need any of the measurements whatsoever. Sometimes I put salsa in it. I just change up the spices, and you can morph this into so many different things. Again, you can put red pepper in it. It makes it a little bit more nacho-y. Again, you can put salsa in it. This is great for all of your vegetables, all of your potatoes. I just find you can make your mac and cheese. I have a great the breakfast broccoli cheese casserole with the shredded potatoes, fat-free. That's a great recipe. So I usually always have potato cheese or my cheese sauce in the fridge at all times. That's just a go-to. It just makes things, makes things like nice. Okay, so that's going to go to the side. Okay, are we all set? The next thing I did was I had kale. So I had it soaking. I had bought it. It got a little limp. So I literally just put it in a container with some cold water to bring it back to life. And it has. So I'm going to take a nice long tea towel and I'm just going to spin it, get all the excess water off. And then I'm going to roll it up in a tea towel. And I think this week I am just going to use it either in a kale salad for half of it, I think, and some sautéed kale. Now, when I saute my kale, I usually use a veggie broth or a non-chicken broth, depending, and garlic and some spices. So for Mother's Day, we went to this great restaurant called Kale My Name here in Chicago. And you might have heard of it if you've heard of Tabitha Brown. She came to Chicago and kind of fell in love with this recipe and ended up opening a Kale My Name in Los Angeles with the owner of this restaurant. So the food was really good, and obviously kale is on the menu. The name, Kale My Name, in the name. And they know how to do kale, let me tell you. My husband was like, if you could do kale this way. So I'm like, I'm determined to figure out how to do kale without all the oil. So I'm just going to spin my kale. I'm going to break it down into kind of bite-sized pieces. I could even do kale chips with this. And again, I'm just going to take out any of the bigger pieces. And this way, if you're prepping it as you're going along, you're saving yourself some time. So when you are ready to use it, when you come home after work and you're tired, you're not having to do any of this while you're doing it. So leave me a comment down below. Do you guys have a salad spinner? Do you use the tea towel method and kind of spin it around? How do you dry your greens and your salads? I don't know. I love my salad spinner. You could use it for your herbs too, by the way. I love to come home and rinse my herbs really well and then wrap them in a tea towel. I find that seems to keep them the longest. I know everybody seems to have their own way of keeping their greens. I find this seems to keep them. Mind you, greens don't last very long in my house because we do eat them quite quickly. And I try not to buy more than what we're going to eat. And then all I do is just roll it. Take it and roll it. And then I do usually put it in a plastic container or a plastic bag. Our stores still aren't, some of the stores still aren't allowing us to bring our own in. And then I just store it. And I do reuse these guys over and over again. And then I just store it like that until I'm ready to use it. We're going to make an easy enchilada casserole, which is some tortillas, taco seasoning, some mixed vegetables, some cauliflower, and some black beans. Sorry, I forgot those in the fridge. I'll grab those. Some little enchilada sauce, a little bit of salsa, and some nutritional yeast. This is how this meal came about. I had black beans. They were in the freezer. I took them out because I wanted to make Buddha bowls. So now I still have black beans that I've used for Buddha bowls, but now I still have black beans that I need to use. So then I start looking in my freezer and my pantry, and I was like, ooh, I have enchilada sauce. Enchiladas would be really good. But I want to keep them oil-free, and I want them to be pretty nutritious. So I actually had some of these tortillas in the freezer. So I'm like, well, got to use those up, so that's perfect. And I had some taco seasoning mix, and I do have a recipe for taco seasoning mix. I can hook that up in here, so on one of my recipes, in one of my taco recipes. But I already have it, so I'm going to use it. And I always have frozen vegetables, so we're going to bump up the vegetables and the nutrition value, so we're going to put that in. And why not add some rice cauliflower to bump up the starch in it? And then we're just going to add some flavoring. We're going to need a little tomato paste. I don't know if I'm going to use all of this. I just kind of grabbed it to kind of see how I was going to bump up everything in the recipe. Nutritional yeast, for sure. I have an onion and some diced tomatoes with chilies. And I think we're good to go. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the onion or not. That would probably, I'd have to probably cook it a little bit. And I think I'm just going to do like a dump and go recipe, to be honest. So in my bowl, we're going to start. And we're going to dump and go. We don't have to make fancy meals all the time. This is going to be delicious. And whatever's left over, you can make burrito bowls with on top of salads. See how this is going to work, guys? This is the plain rice cauliflower. You could use one of the garlic ones or a flavored rice cauliflower. Okay. I'm also going to throw in some of these mushrooms. I had fresh mushrooms, but I used the last of them. I'm just going to drain off the water. Because I like some mushrooms. There we go. Grab a spoon. All right. We're going to add in our black beans. Now we're talking a whole bunch of protein. And I think I'm going to add in the tomatoes with the chili. I was trying to debate if I was just going to use a little bit of salsa, but I think the tomatoes and the chili will really give it a good flavor. Okay, so we're going to add our chilies in. Tomatoes. Oh, can't forget the taco seasoning. Goodness, what was I thinking? So this is basically a pantry meal that's come together. I didn't even have to go and buy anything. Yeah, I know it's cold, but I'm going to try it. That is already delicious. So I'm just not sure which pan this is going to go in. So I'm just going to see how they roll first. And then we're going to go from there. So we're going to fill up, I don't know if you want to call this like a burrito casserole or, I don't know. Again, I'm not into labels. Let's all just be happy. Let's eat healthy. Let's not hurt anybody. And I think maybe this will go in. This one's better. I'm just going to warm these up so that they roll better. Just for like 15 seconds. 15 seconds. So, leave me a comment down below while we're waiting for our Doritos or tortillas. What are your favorite meal prep dishes? I'd love to know what you guys meal prep on a regular basis. Give me some ideas. Sometimes I just need some ideas. You know what I mean? Help a girl out here. Okay. So there is enough here that we could freeze this too in a casserole. Let's try not to overstuff, I guess. So you could actually just roll this. No. Let's tuck. We're going to have to tuck. Okay, so we have our tortillas. We're all wrapped up. We have a ton left. So we can think about what we can do with this. You can almost use that like a chili and just serve it with tortilla chips with a little bit of nutritional yeast on top of it. It is delicious. You can serve it on top of some salads. So I'm actually going to, I think I would prefer obviously heat it up on top of a salad. So now I have that as a leftover. So now that's going to give me 2 dishes or 2 or 3 dishes. So that's great for my meal prep. And I'm just going to do the enchilada sauce on top. Okay, so we're just now going to put our enchilada sauce all over this. We want to cover it. Don't want any of it to get dry. And then I would just bake that at 350 for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm going to top mine with some nutritional yeast, give it that cheesy flavor. Oh, or you know what? Actually, maybe when I serve it, I'll serve it with some of my homemade cheese sauce, but I'm still going to put some nutritional yeast on top. We're going to throw that in the oven at 350 for 20 to 30 minutes until it's bubbly and golden brown. Okay, guys, so this quick meal prep is done. We have our potatoes that are going to be all ready for air frying or smashing or whatever we want. We have our enchilada casserole done. Plus, we have a whole bunch of extra that we could use in our salads or just as bowls or by itself, however we want. That bag back there with our big towel is full of kale that we can saute, or we can do I'll probably do a kale salad, and I'll show you how I make that during the week, and a big thing of our cheese sauce. So we are all set. We have stuff prepped. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next one.